Welcome to the first video in our series on Excel 2007. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of the very basic elements of Excel and specifically Excel 2007. So if you've never opened up Excel before, or maybe you've just never used the 2007 version, let's talk about the terms and where things are located in general so that you know how to use the program and you know what you're looking at when you're looking at, say, a help document or a job aid. You know what those terms mean. So to start with, you know you're using Excel 2007 if you've got this blue area up top and you have this funny looking button in the top, and you can see the help pop-up there just told us that's the Office button, and what the Office button did was replace the File menu. So you notice there's no more File menu across the top here. And actually these little words are similar to what we remember with those File menu or with the other menu options, but now they're tabs, and these tabs are all of our menu options, and we can just cycle through those. And within the tabs, we have different groupings of menu buttons and menu options of various forms. Now, these tabs and the menu options are all a part of what they call the ribbon. So this whole blue area up here is called the ribbon. When you see that in a help document or a job aid, that's the area we're talking about. We're essentially talking about all of the menu options. That's the ribbon. Now, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on a new tab, and we'll talk about that again in a second. But I want to show you a few other terms. Now, essentially what Excel does is it provides columns and rows. So I see I've got column in blue here and row in red. And these columns and rows create cells. And cells are basically just a little rectangle, and they're a point of intersection between a column and a row. Now, columns will always be labeled by a letter. We see those letters across the top, and the rows are labeled by numbers. And where the two intersect, we have a cell reference. So when a column and a row intersect, we use the letter and the number to identify which cell we're in. In this case, I'm in column K and row 21. I can also tell that I'm in K21 because up here in the name box, and this will always be in your left-hand corner just below the ribbon, I see K21. So if I click in B2, I see my name box changes to B2. And I can also tell because Excel automatically highlights the column and row in orange for me. So just one other point in this video is what I clicked on earlier, the tab. Notice I moved from blank to label sheet. These tabs along the bottom are different worksheets within the workbook. So those are two terms that are important. When I'm on a single spreadsheet, that is a worksheet. All of these worksheets together make up the workbook. You might also hear the workbook called a file. And like I've used earlier in this video, these worksheets are often called spreadsheets. So those are just some common terms, and that's the basics of what the ribbon is, where the File menu is now. It's up here in the Office button. And we'll get into more detail about some of the other features in the videos to come.